Good morning, everyone. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options. Looking at the market this morning. As we prepare for this week, we have to be very cognizant of the fact that this is now entering week 4 of this really tight consolidation. Now, this is obviously the diamonds, but this tight consolidation continues, and we're banging against this resistance level here. That resistance level is proving very, very difficult to break through. However, we have a price support that's also seemingly very strong. When we get into a position like this, pressure is building. Pressure is building for a release one way or the other. We don't know how long this will last, but we do know that once the move comes, it can be very, very swift. So one of the things we have to be very cautious of is we have to be cautious of being overly long positions as we're banging against this resistance, just in case. We get a reversal during the night and we end up gapping down here. It would be really unfortunate, wouldn't it, to be overly long the market and suddenly get a gap down in the morning out of our control. And the mistake is overly trading a tight consolidation here. We want to avoid that. So what do I do in times like this? Well, I will tend to continue trading, but I will most often limit the number of trades that I'm in and also reduce the size of the trades that I take. And that's just a method of controlling the risk in case we do get that explosive move that we can't control, that's outside of where we can do anything about it. We could easily get some kind of good news and the market pops up here. And if you happen to be too short, you're going to get damaged. If you happen to be too long and the market gaps down here, obviously we could be punished either side of this. So we want to maintain some discipline here, and we want to keep ourselves or our capital protected in the event that those things occur at times when we can't be watching. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to remain very focused. Because it's easy to become complacent when the market does this and chops back and forth, doesn't really go anywhere. It's easy to become complacent, a little bit lazy, and forget to pay attention to what this price action is telling us. If we're going to be successful as traders, our job is to react to price action, not to predict it. We want to follow it, but we want to react to it when it moves, or be prepared to react to it when it moves. And that can be very difficult in a consolidation like this, because we all just want to trade. We're sitting here, we want to be busy. But caution is where we need to be right now. Just be very careful how you trade. Be very, very choosy on the trades that you do take. Make sure that you're getting low risk entries. It's okay to be stopped out as long as you're not taking a high risk trade. You're not risking a whole lot of money. But we want to limit those things from happening right now, where we're being very, very picky about the trades we make. We're staying on top of the market so that we can avoid too much risk if this thing decides to break one way or the other. Now, this morning we've got the market is showing some positiveness. It looks like the Dow wants to gap up slightly this morning. We've got a couple things on the calendar today. We've got Empire State Manufacturing Survey, and we've got the Housing Market Index that has some potential to move the market, but it's unlikely unless there's a pretty big surprise in the number. We also at 4 p.m. this afternoon, there's a Treasury International report, but don't expect that to have any effect on the market. No Fed speakers today for a change. That's kind of nice. And on the earnings calendar, today looks to be the last really big day of earnings reports. We've got about 241 companies reporting today. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have important companies reporting this week, because we do. Companies we want to pay attention to, but the sheer volume begins to diminish, which helps settle the market a little bit. So we get past today, and that's going to start slowing down considerably. So let's take a look at the SPY, the SPY. Also in this tight little area, we tried to break out, couldn't quite do it, fell right back below that resistance level, and we're struggling here trying to get through. We just can't seem to get it done. And unfortunately, as we continue to chop here, again, it's easy to become pretty complacent. It's easy to forget where we are and overtrade a market like this. So be very cognizant of the fact of where we are, and a big move is possible. Okay. Qs remains the strongest of the bunch. New closing high, on Friday. Looks like it's going to push a little bit higher here at the open today. Qs have just been remarkably strong. Now, we have to recognize that anything that's up this much, this far, this many days positive, is due for some kind of a pullback. So we have to be cognizant of that fact, and just realize that eventually it will occur. And if you're overly long, it could be a painful thing. Unless one of the other indexes, resumes some leadership to move us up. If this fails, it'll probably pull the rest of the market down. And last but not least is IWM. The Russell's been struggling and falling and failing and staying underneath resistance levels. So underneath this resistance level has been kind of a critical thing, and if we continue to fall, that would put some extra pressure on the market to sell off. This morning we're seeing a little bit of a pop up. Possibly IWM can start correcting itself. We need to get back above this level right here, though. If we can get back above there and hold, I'll have a lot more confidence that IWM wants to hold on and rally. So that's where we are. Just be really cautious as we move in today. Make sure that you're paying attention to the positions that you're in. Manage those positions first and foremost, and be slow to react to new trades. Make sure they're well planned, they're low risk, and that you're sizing those trades correctly for the market condition that we're in. Okay, everyone, have a great day. For those of you who might be watching this that are not members of Right Way Options or Hit and Run Candlesticks, we'd love to invite you to take a look at us. Stop on over. We do this kind of work every day. So please stop by, and we'll talk to you all soon. Take care.